guys, it's Dawn Marie with Custom Comfy Crochet, and today we are going to learn how to do the Trinity stitch. Okay, it's a beautiful stitch. I'm sure there's other videos on it, but I think it's just gorgeous, so I wanted to share it with you. I've done it in two colors here. This is just the flat teal color. It's a Hobby Lobby yarn bee teal, and so I wanted to show you what it looked like in a solid pattern. And it's just like little stars or flowers, but it's called the Trinity stitch. And then I did it in this this city beat or city something. I'll put the name below for you. And this is in I Love This Yarn, and I really do love this yarn. It's absolutely gorgeous. So so I just wanted to show you with color changing what it looked like, and then I wanted to show you with a solid color what it looked like. Okay, now this is in multiples of 2. You do need to use a bigger hook than what your yarn calls for. So I'm using a 6.5 for both of these, and I believe both of these yarns call for like a 5.5. So I've gone up almost a whole hook size, and you'll see why we need to do that when we get within this. But this will make a beautiful, everyone asks me, what can I do with this stitch? And I tell you, you can do anything with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. This Trinity stitch could be used to make baby blankets, full-size Afghans for a bed, beanies, purses, just anything you can imagine. Gloves, these would make beautiful hand warmers, head warmers. So yeah, so you can be using this for anything. So yeah, I'm using a 6.5 millimeter hook, and I am going to use the teal for this video because I used my city color for my last one. So we'll switch it up a little. Like I said, it is a count of 2 for your chain. So I'm going to do 16. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to work into our second chain from the hook. So this is our loop. We're not going to work into here. We're going to work into this one right here, and we're going to do a single crochet. Okay, then you're going to go right back where you just single crocheted, and you're going to pull up a loop. Then you're going to go into your next stitch, and you're going to pull up a loop. Then you're going to go into your next stitch and pull up a loop. You have 4 loops on your hook. You're going to yarn over and go through all of those loops. Okay, then you're going to chain 1. Then you're going to work right into where you last pulled up your yarn, right into that stitch. You're going to pull up 1 loop, go into your next stitch, pull up a loop, go into your next stitch, pull up a loop. That's 4 loops on your hook. Yarn over, go through all 4, chain 1. And then you will repeat that. You will go into the same stitch or the last stitch that you just pulled a loop up in, and then you will pull a loop up, 1, go into your next stitch, 2, go into your next stitch, 3, and so then you have a total of 4 on your hook. Go through all 4 and chain 1. Then again, you will go back into the same spot you just worked into, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop, go through all 4 loops on your hook, and chain 1. So as you can see, you're always working in the last stitch that you worked in. Okay, that's what makes this stitch. So again, you can see right here, this is where I pulled in my last loop, and so I'm going to work right in there again. I'm going to pull up my first loop, go into the next, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop. I've got 4 loops on my hook, go through all 4, chain 1. And again, go into that same spot that I just worked out of, pull up a loop. I've got 2 on my hook, go into the next, pull up a loop. I've got 3 loops on my hook, go to the next, pull up a loop, and I've got 4 loops on my hook, yarn over, go through all 4 loops, chain 1. And again, go through this stitch that you just worked out of, and then these will be our last ones. Go into your next stitch, pull up a loop, and go into your next stitch and pull up a loop. Okay, Then go through all 4 and chain 1. Then you're going to chain again. Turn your work, and then you're going to work right into this first stitch right here. I'm sorry, right here, this one right here, and you're going to do a single crochet. Then you're going to go right back into that same stitch and pull up a loop. There's 2 loops on your hook. Pull up another one. That's 3. Pull up another one. And that's 4. Go through all 4 loops on your hook, chain 1. And then just like you did before, you're going to go into that same spot that you just worked out of, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop, and go into the next and pull up a loop. And this is why it's important to keep your tension loose while you're doing this. Not too messy loose, but loose enough that you can work into these later. Go through all loops and do a chain 1. And again, pull up a loop, and that's the stitch you just worked into. Go into the next, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop, go through all 4 and chain 1, and go right back into that same place you just worked out of, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop, go into the next, pull up a loop. You've got 4 loops on your hook. Go through all 4, chain 1. Make sure that that chain 1 is pretty loose, okay? Because that can tend to get tight. Again, go into that same stitch, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, pull up a loop, and go through all 4 and chain 1. And we'll do that again into the same spot, pull up a loop, to the same spot, pull up a loop, and into the next one, pull up a loop, go through all 4. Now it may seem like, and this is where this is really important, and I could see where especially a beginner might have problems here, but it really doesn't matter. You don't have to be a beginner, because it almost looks like you could be done. If you were just working, you would think, well, wait a minute, where do I go now? Or you could go into this stitch and think that's your only stitch left. So turn your work on its side, and then you can see that you still have 2 left, 1 and 2, okay? So after you chain 1 and you go back into the same spot that you worked out of and pull up a loop, you've got 2, turn it on its side, pull up another loop, turn it on its side, and you know that's your last one. And now you have 4 loops on your hook. Go through all 4, chain 1, okay? So you see, it works out perfectly and it's beautiful. So then chain 1 again, turn your work, go into this first stitch right here. So you're not working over here, you're working right here under that base of that chain of 2. So go right into there, work a single crochet, and then go back into that same place where you did a single crochet and pull up a loop. Then turn your work on your side if you need to, so you can see these top stitches, and go into your next stitch, pull up a loop, your next stitch, pull up a loop. You've got 4 loops on your hook. Go through all 4 loops. Remember to keep it loosey-goosey, and do a chain 1. And again, go into that same place that you just worked out of, pull up your loops, turning my work on its side so I can see my stitches, go through all 4, chain 1. So we're going to finish this row together, and I'm just going to be kind of quiet now so you can just watch me, and I'm going to go kind of slow. Okay, so we finished that row, and then we would again chain, we chained one to end that one, so we would chain one more, and then we would turn our work, and we would just continue doing that for how many rows you need. And this is what it turns out like. It's absolutely beautiful. Whichever kind of yarn you want, the Trinity stitch turns out gorgeous. So I hope you enjoyed this little short tutorial on how to do the Trinity stitch. If you want to share any pictures with your completed projects with us, I would love to see pictures. You can find me on Facebook and on Instagram. You can email me, and all of that is in my description box below. So if you like this video, please give me a big thumbs up, and if you hated it, give me a big thumbs down. And please subscribe, like, and share if you do love it, and please share on any crochet pages or with any friends. And if you get a chance here or there, please watch an ad to help out with the cost for the materials for these videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Happy crocheting, guys. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.